Hello dear brothers and sisters in Christ. This is the second video on Psalms chapter 26 verse 2, testing the hearts of men, and I'll read it for you. Examine me, O Lord, and prove me. Try my reins and my heart. And in other versions it says, try my heart and my mind. And this is exactly what God does. He's trying our hearts and our minds to have complete trust and faith in Him. And I went to the page on Godvine, and I will read for you Barnes' notes on Psalms chapter 26 verse 2. Examine me, O Lord. The meaning of this verse is that he asked of God a strict and rigid examination of his case. To express this, the psalmist uses three words: examine, prove, and try. These words are designed to include the modes in which the reality of anything is tested, and they imply together that he wished the most thorough investigation to be made. He did not shrink from any test. He evidently felt that it was essential to his welfare that the most rigid examination should be made, that the exact truth should be known, that if he was deceived, it was best for himself, that he should not be left under the delusion, but that, understanding his own case, he might be led to secure his salvation. The word rendered examine means to try, to prove, and it is applicable especially to metals. In Jeremiah chapter 9 verse 7 and in Zechariah chapter 13 verse 9, it means here, apply to me such tests as are applied to metals in order to determine their genuineness and their value, and prove me, a word of similar import. In the original meaning of the word, there is a reference to smell, to try by the smell, to ascertain the qualities of an object by the smell. Hence, it comes to be used in a more general sense to denote any way of ascertaining the quality of an object. Try my reins. The word here rendered try, test, is one that is most commonly applied to metals, and the three words together express their earnest desire of the psalmist that God would examine into the evidences of his piety, those evidences to which he immediately refers, and apply the proper kind of tests to determine whether that piety was genuine. The word rendered reins means properly the kidneys, and hence it is used to denote the inward part, the mind, the soul, the seat of the desires and the affections. See Psalm chapter 7 verse 9. Note Psalm chapter 16 verse 7. Note. We speak now of the heart as the seat of the affections or of love. The Hebrews more commonly spoke of the heart as the seat of intelligence or knowledge, and the reins or the bowels as the seat of affections. In itself, there was no more impropriety in their speaking of the reins or kidneys as the seat of the affections than there is of our speaking of the heart in that matter. Neither of them is strictly correct, and both modes of speech are founded on popular usage. So it is to examine our hearts, our souls, our affections, and this is why we need to set our affections on things above and not on this earth. It can be hard at times, and it can be hard as going through life alone, if it means that you need to go through life alone with God, then better to do that instead of being with a bunch of fake people that will try to turn your heart in the direct opposite direction. So with this said, I hope this inspires someone. Thank you all for listening, and God bless you all. Bye.